thank you for spending some time with us today. My name is Josh Feller, and I'm the founder of Feller Financial Services. Today, we're going to take roughly 5 minutes to quickly overview how we might help a fictitious client, in this case, Frank and Joanna Miller, understand the impact of their financial decisions by helping them answer the question, are they on track for retirement? To keep this short and sweet, we will be highlighting some features that we may use with the Millers, but we'll dive deeper on our personal introduction for those with follow-up questions. Now I'm going to get off camera and let's begin. So we begin our review with the Millers, and the first thing we do is give them a clear overview of their net worth and investable net worth while showing them how their assets are allocated. What you'll see over to the right is we've integrated a risk analysis software, which we will spend more time on during the personal introduction. But for today's purpose, what you'll see is the Millers' investments are in line with the risk analysis quiz they took with us previously. Scrolling down, the Millers, you'll see a breakdown of their assets that are held with our firm and those held away. And this is important for two major reasons. Number one, it allows us to view their household in its entirety to allow us to make impactful decisions going forward. And number two, it prevents overlap. Now let's transition and learn more about the Millers and their goals as a family. And the Millers are indeed sample clients. We begin by meeting the Millers, who are in their early 50s, with goals to retire by the age of 65, and are on the tail end of putting 3 kids through school. We've also notated 2 older parents that may need caring for in the future. As we continue, we review their individual priorities and goals, such as retiring, planning for college, managing a budget, providing a legacy, and providing appropriate insurance coverage. Continuing to their goals, Frank would like to retire at the age of 65 with roughly $130,000. Joanna needs a new car in 2025, and we still have Mary Beth and Lucas, who are looking to go to college. Mary Beth to the University of Florida in-state, and Lucas out of state to the University of Georgia. I sense there's going to be a pretty good football rivalry in the Miller household in the upcoming years. On every review, we update the net worth by capturing the current assets and liabilities. As well, we like to update the income numbers. So it allows us to start to understand the impact of future income, such as Social Security and pensions. And one nice feature is the ability to take the Millers' earnings and predict when would be the best time for Social Security. Another feature we'll dive into during the personal introduction. To complement present and future income, we try to understand how their expenses might change, both in retirement and as they approach an advanced age, while capturing what they're saving and where, and also what their allocation is and what the recommended allocation that we feel they're going to be the most comfortable with. Lastly, the Millers have loaded their insurance policies into the software so they can understand the impact of an unfortunate or unexpected life event, such as a death or disability. One key feature we utilize a lot with clients is this last tab, and this is where we make observations and suggest next steps. Now let's see if the Millers, based on their current updated financial situation, are on track for retirement. To help the Millers understand if they're on track, what we're going to do is run a custom report. And we're happy to walk you through any ones that fit your situation. But for the Millers, what we're going to utilize is the retirement planning report, which happens to be our most used report, and will also answer the question, are the Millers on track for retirement? To do that, we're going to go into our sub-reports and click off when the earliest they can retire is. And fortunately, they're right on track, but slightly behind schedule. Where they have a major concern is if they live longer, there seems to be a downward trend of their assets. And this creates a curious question, what is the maximum they can spend? So by running and utilizing another sub-report, what we find is that the Millers can spend roughly $125,000 a year or $5,000 less than their expectation. and they would be able to successfully retire at the age of 65. And let's say during the meeting, Frank has an observation and seems pretty probable about it. And one of them, thankfully, is that he actually really likes his job and would consider retiring at 65 and doing part-time consulting. But he'd also want to increase his expenses, and he's curious how that would look in his particular situation. So by running a financial plan and going into the decision center, so by clicking off retiring at 65, doing part-time consulting and increasing his living expenses, what you'll see is we gain 5 years of funding. And to make sure that he's still on track and track his actual progress of success, what we do is run a Monte Carlo, which is 1,000 different market conditions and scenarios. And what that comes up with is an outcome of probability of success of 76% for the Millers, compared to roughly 50% if Frank was going to go out, still spend $130,000, and ultimately not do part-time work and consulting. And lastly, what we do is we save all of these recommendations in our vault for safekeeping. Thank you for spending time with us today. And I'm going to kick it over to my marketing manager, Crystal, who will let you know how to set up your personal introduction. And we look forward to meeting you in person. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And to book your personal introduction, please call us 561-314-1800 or visit our website at fellerfs.com. You can also scan the QR code shown here and we'll reach back out to you shortly. Once again, thank you very much for your time today. The Feller Financial Services team looks forward to working with you.